luckiest moment so far. Vikas Kandula. He goes for it. All three go for it.
What a turnaround in the last 2 minutes.
Game time, boys and girls. The #1 defender of the Pro Kabaddi League, the Sultan Fazal Atrachali with 477 tackle points. The left corner and the captain of the Gujarat Giants with 3 wins in the last 5 in search of qualification for the playoffs in season 10 takes on the #2 defender of the league, Surjit Singh of the Bengaluru Bulls, in a must-win game for the Bengaluru Bulls. This is going to be a tight game. I'm Rajesh Shirji, with me is Navneet Krishnan, the Dream 11 starting 7 for the Gujarat Giants.
SS Rakesh in the center. He's had a couple of good games coming into this one. Deepak Singh and Balaji, no changes as far as the covers are concerned. Partik Dahiya, well, he fancies the Bengal Warriors. Will he be the same against the Bulls? Navi Baksh is back in the starting 7. Manoj in the right corner. That's a change they've made. And Fazal Atrachali in the left corner.
Yeah, make your own team. Question is, no Sonu Jaglan. Do the Raiders of the Gujarat Giants have what it takes to take down the Bengaluru Bulls, who have 2 losses, 2 ties, and the solitary win in the last 5? Will they see another W today? This is the Dream 11 starting 7 for the Bengaluru Bulls. A lot rests on the shoulders of Sushil, one of the only 2 pure Raiders in that team this evening. Surjit Singh, what a season he's had, Navneet, that right cover. Partik has been dependable, I was saying, pardon me, at left cover. Monu, well, he's more of an all-rounder than a pure Raider, playing as a Raider today. Akshit, he's had a good season for them. Saurabh Nandal, Run Singh, actually not looking too bad, Navneet. Make your own team.
Oh, Run Singh's been good. But this man's been the best for the Bulls. The age-old warrior still has it. Over 400 tackle points. He's going to be right in the center of it all. And a Dream 11 player to watch out for is the Sultan, on the verge of 500 tackle points. Is the captain of the Giants. This is the big battle.
Right, you know how I love how Fazal Atrachali has played with Nabi Baksh all season. It may seem like Nabi Baksh really, he hasn't lit the mat on fire, but it's just that he's given something to the Gujarat Giants, and specifically to Fazal Atrachali, some sort of stability, some sort of dependability that you just can't qualify.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the last game as well. We'll come to that right after this when the game does get started. Giants won the toss. The Bulls to raid first.
Line drawn. Game on. Kabaddi.
Kabaddi, no Kabaddi, 8 Kabaddi, 7 Kabaddi, 6 Kabaddi, 5 Kabaddi, 4 Kabaddi, 3 Kabaddi, 2 Kabaddi, 1 Kabaddi.
S for Surjit, S for the Sultan. Navneet, quickly, I know you're personally invested in this game. I know you're praying Navneet, open your eyes. It's all right. Everything's going to be okay, Navneet. Prediction for this game?
Heart says Bengaluru Bulls.
Yeah.
But I just think in form, the Giants will start as favourites.
I completely agree with you. It is the Gujarat Giants who will start as favorites, but not if Monu has anything to say about it. Speed.
Yeah, that is very nice from Mono.
1 point.
Interesting that he takes the first raid
That's number 11.
with Akshit and Sushil around, Brijesh.
But also look who he's got off the mat. He's got a major raider off the mat.
HS Rakesh in raid now.
India Partik Dahiya.
HS Rakesh he's had some great nights, he's had some ordinary nights, but the problem for the Giants has been just the fact that they've had to rotate Raiders far too often. And you're right, he did get Partik Dahiya.
There you go, Partik Dahiya was playing at right in.
Now it's the turn of Sushil, the left raider. Akshit, the left raider. So they've got variety as far as that raiding department is concerned. And looking for something on Manoj, the new right corner for the Giants.
You know, the thing with the Raiders from the Gujarat Giants is that except for Rohit Gulia, all of them are right Raiders, and they will be wary of Surjit, who's been brilliant against right Raiders this season. That's Nabi Baksh in raid. Again, I'm saying you cannot quantify what Nabi Baksh has brought to the team this
Yeah,
season.
he sometimes just picks up 3-4 points in an entire match. But often it's the impact that he creates in crunch situations, clutch raids, clutch ankle holds. And I think we keep talking about it, familiarity for Fazal when he's having the chain with Nabi Baksh, because he's done that for many years with the Iranian national team as well. And so it helps, right, when you have someone who you just coordinate better with.
Absolutely. HS Rakesh, are they already on a do-or-die raid here? Look at that. The Bulls have forced a do-or-die raid from the Gujarat Giants. Now, HS Rakesh, you need to watch out for Surjit. He doesn't have the bonus. He cannot rely on the bonus in a do-or-die raid situation. Keep your eyes on Surjit. Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Surjit moves out. It's the right in who comes in and does the work.
Bonus point. Gujarat
It's Sushil, I think.
1 point. Bengaluru Bulls.
Excellent tackle, but that was only after the bonus point.
No bonus. Right away, 1 point.
Was it Monu? Yeah, it was Monu.
Bengaluru Bulls.
The bonus has been taken out of the equation.
Raid.
No bonus.
Do-or-die raid. Bengaluru Bulls.
Sushil now in a do-or-die raid. Once again targeting Manoj there. At what point will he go close to Fazal? Look at Fazal. Keep your eyes on the Sultan.
Fazal is waiting for Sushil to go just a little further in. Time is running out. There's 10 seconds on the clock. 8, 7. There you go. Fazal comes in just in time. He bides his time
Raider out. 1 point.
and does the job with brilliant anticipation.
It's such a thin line between going too early versus going too late. The Sultan just waited. And with just about 5 seconds on the clock, you knew that the Raider was more desperate. And then he pulled the trigger. This was a recap of the last game. These two teams met 34-31, really close encounter.
Yeah, and the Giants came back in the second half, man. Also, you know, that was at a point when we were seeing Fazal Atrachali, the captain, take precedence over Fazal Atrachali, the defender. He was beginning to fire in the second half. But the last few games, Navneet, it's been a completely different story, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've seen a lot more of the Sultan, the Raider, the defender. Here's what happens if Gujarat win today. They will be the 4th team to qualify. Akshit, wonderful. He had a great opening night, debut game. But very quickly realized that life isn't that easy on the biggest stage.
But I tell you what, I like the intent we are seeing from the Bengaluru Bulls this evening. They've suddenly, it just looks like they've given the Gujarat Giants, oh, someone could have come in with the assist. Run Singh, trying one of his legendary back holds.
And you know what? He's got a back hold like nobody. It just didn't come off on this occasion.
Oh.
But trust me, he can come up with solo back holds much like the Sultan.
Yeah, but he's saying that, you know, he should have had the assist there. Suddenly, the Bulls have given the Gujarat Giants a little bit to think about. They're not going to roll over and play dead.
And, you know, going back to the last game, the Tamil Talaivas, the intent, this was the intent, this was the intensity you were talking about. That was missing. It was missing, right? And in a must-win game, just felt like they were a little flat. The body language was there. They resigned to their fate very early on, the Talaivas. Bulls seem to be on the money up until now, at least.
Saurabh Nandal needs to be on his radar, is what Fazal Atrachali has, are the words Fazal Atrachali has sent him in with. But it is Surjit there who's exerting the pressure on Rakesh. He's been insane with the dashes this season, has Surjit.
Bengaluru Bulls.
His opening game, he was so fearless, no inhibitions whatsoever, Brijesh. But sometimes, it's all in the mind, isn't it? Free-flowing kabaddi we saw when he picked up that Super 10 in that first game for the Bengaluru Bulls. Attempted dubki, but the Sultan closes the gate on Akshit.
See, that's what makes the difference. Suddenly, the Sultan, the defender, has come to the fore. The captain has taken a bit of a back seat, and suddenly it looks like a different team altogether.
And you see the chain with Nabi Baksh. That's the chain that we were talking about.
There you go.
Familiarity. Oh, and a nice little wink and a smile from Nabi Baksh looking at Sultan, because they understand each other so well. And it makes a difference. This time, Parthik's turn to visit the bench. Nice little momentum, a good little passage of play for the Giants.
Also, the Giants suddenly... There you go, that says it all, because the Bulls are down to 3.
You've got to love a Ranveer Singh expression.
Look at that. He's already on 3 tackle points this game. He has 4 in the game previous and 7 in the game before that.
Bonus point, Bengaluru Bulls.
That 7-point game was quite outrageous. He picked up 6 of them in the first half. Just 1 in the second half. A rough super tackle opportunity for the Bulls. Reduced to 3 in no time. And they'll have to deal with the tall man. I think he's done enough. It could be 2. This is bad from the Bulls. Or is it a clean-up act?
3 plus 2, 5 points.
It is a 5-pointer from Parthik Dahiya.
Bengaluru Bulls.
He did it the last time. He's just dealing in Super 8s and Big Daddy Super 10s. Oh boy!
Ray.
His height, his reach, his strength coming to good effect. You only get one chance to build a dream home. Kabaddi will give you more chances.
Parthik Dahiya doesn't like 1 or 2 points there. And suddenly, the Gujarat Giants defense coming to the party.
Bonus plus 1 point, Bengaluru Bulls. 1 point, Gujarat Giants. Jersey number 20 out of bounds.
Someone had stepped out of bounds here. It was Balaji, D. The Bengaluru Bulls are not out of this, not by a long shot. Breathe, Navneet, breathe, it's all right.
Oh, Rakesh. He was diving parallel to the midline in completely the other direction. There you go. He had to go over the chain. But he was diving towards the lobby. He was always asking for trouble.
The coach is asking you to breathe, Navneet. It's all right. He's saying,
fine.
my boys have got this.
I'm
you know
fine.
what? Sorry, you were saying?
I'm fine.
That is good to know. Surjit is going to play a major role in this game, Navneet. More than his dashes or his blocks, he is going to be the bait. Except for Rohit Gulia, who's not on the mat for the Gujarat Giants. Every raider is a right raider. Look at Surjit.
Yeah, look at how close he is. He's yet to get his first point of the evening, Surjit. But keep an eye out for Parthik Dahiya. He's just managed to find some momentum and form in the last few matches. Who can forget that 25-point performance against the Bengal Warriors? He repeated that again against the Bengal Warriors in the opening night in Bengal.
Does look like he's put the fear of God into the defenders there. Akshit. Now this is a player we really like the look of. He does seem to be a star for the future. What can he do for the Bengaluru Bulls here? The Sultan Fazal Atrachali led defense playing a very smart game, staying away. And with that, we come to the first Patanjali special Chavanpras strategic timeout of the game. See you on the other side.
पर सुनो वो सुरजीत वो तू वहां डाई मारा ना नहीं बच किए तो वो कर ले वो ऐसा शुरू में आगे 1-2 मारेगा चलो उसको लावांगे जी मैच 6 और 7 करो और बोनस मत दो रण सिंह हां बोनस मत दो ना जी लावांगे ओए 10 मिनट 5 की लीड आ गई अरे कैच कराएंगे कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है बोनस ना दियो भाई कॉर्नर में बार-बार लेफ्ट कॉर्नर ले रहा तुझे फिर वही जा रहा है क्या मतलब हुआ डोज देगा आगे मार ले क्या तू चल कोई नहीं हाँ आगे मार ले
जो ना मैं घंटा पकड़वा भाई क्या था गया उनकी थोड़ा की आपने कैच मारते हैं अच्छा हो जाएंगे अपनी सेकंड ट्राई करो हां ट्राई कर सुने सुरजीत आएगा सुरजीत तो हमारा हाथ है सुने एक बात बताता हूँ अभी वही बता रहे हैं उसको रण सिंह को कह रहे हैं बोनस पाओ तो मारिए उड़े मारेगा वो झूठे में फंस जाएगा आगे आगे दे है आगे उसके मार सुरजीत के या उधर सोमबीर डट के बेटा डट के
Surjit and Ran Singh need to be on guard as we come out of this Patanjali special Chavanprasad strategic timeout.
This is what we're building up to. The mightiest of them all. Mighty Money versus Arjun Deshwal, the raid machine. UP Yodhas will take on the Panthers, and then Mighty Money versus U Mumba. Unfortunately, it's the end of the road for U Mumba. It is the end of the road for the UP Yodhas. But the Panthers will push Puneri to be at the top of the table. Tough move of the first 10 minutes. This super strong dash from Nabi Bakshan, the Sultan. And right after, the chain from Nabi Bakshan, Sultan. We keep wondering why Nabi Baksh is in the starting 7. I think we have our answer. Time now for Coach's Corner.
सुनो वो सुरजीत वो तू वहाँ डाई मारा ना नहीं बच किए तो वो कर ले वो ऐसा
आगे एक दो मारेगा
चलो उसको
जावांगे जी मैच
6 और 7 करो बोनस मत दो रण सिंह हाँ बोनस मत दो
हाँ ट्राई कर सुने सुरजीत आएगा सुरजीत तो हमारा हाथ है सुने एक बात बताता हूँ अभी वही बता रहे हैं उसको रण सिंह को कह रहे हैं बोनस पाओ तो मारिए उड़े मारेगा वो झूठे में फंस जाएगा आगे आगे दे है आगे उसके मार सुरजीत के या उधर
This Coach's Corner was a bit like copying in an exam, because Ram Meher was telling his players what Coach Ranveer Singh Seravat was telling his players. Essentially what both of them were telling their players is that Ran Singh is not supposed to give them a bonus. So Prateek is going to attack Ran Singh. Surjit has been asked to tackle, not just stay away. Both of those need to be on guard.
Just be careful with Prateek Dahiya. He has this habit of picking up super raids, big dents he creates.
Eventually nothing happened.
Do or die raid now. You can see the difference in the pace at which this game is being played versus the previous game that had Pune Bridge.
Absolutely clear. Oh, Sushil Almazi-Mayeta! How many does he have? Does he have 3 here? He definitely has Fazal and Nabi Baksh. Does he have a third?
He wriggled his way past the 2 Iranians. A jump over the chain, and then somehow mustered everything that he could. Now, take a look. Look at that. A dupki. That didn't work, so he had to go over the chain. And then, wow, like a little caterpillar.
He feigned the dupki. He feigned the dupki. He made Nabi Baksh and Fazal bend lower than they should have, and then he jumped over the chain. That is brilliant from Sushil. And he has one more here.
Does he?
On the nose.
Was there a touch there as well?
It does look like a super raid. That is brilliant.
A raider out of bounds. 1 point, Gujarat Giants.
Oh my word.
That is just...
That is anticlimactic. Surely not.
That is heartbreaking. And... oh, they didn't ask for a review. He really got us excited there, did Sushil. All right, he's claiming Surjit here is Pratik Dahiya.
1 point Gujarat Giants. Jersey number 6 out.
Well, Surjit's not too happy, but that is the official verdict and he'll have to walk off. I just want to see a little more intent from Akshit. He's just not going deep enough for my liking. On the receiving end of a great dash there from Balaji. Akshit's turn to walk off now. Now this is really getting hard for the Bulls.
1 point Gujarat Giants.
It's almost like Akshit heard you, went deep and went home.
Ray.
Or meaning there was no touch on that right corner there. Run Singh. There you go. That is exactly what he does. He goes for Pratik Dahiya. And when Run Singh goes, so does the Raider to the
1
bench.
point Bengaluru Bulls.
You got to love a proper tackle from Run Singh from that left corner. Now look at that. Oh, he goes for it.
Ray.
It wasn't Pratik coming towards him. Pounces on that left leg or the right leg of Pratik Dahiya. Now Monu. Just the 3 raid points for Bengaluru, and it's been tough because Akshit is finding it really hard to pick up points. 0 points from 5 attempts for Akshit, and that's why Sushil and Monu have more pressure on themselves.
I'll tell you what is good here for the Bengaluru Bulls defense is that they are down to 5, which means that the bonus is off, which means that Rakesh will have to work that little bit harder. Also, Surjit Singh is not on the mix. A lot depends on Run Singh now. Can Run Singh hold himself back? The 26th of Feb is when we play the eliminators. The 28th of Feb are the semi-finals. Remember, the top 2 teams on the points table at the end of the league stages go straight to the semis. An empty raid, the Gujarat Giants now taking it easy. Navneet, you were absolutely right. Suddenly, not only is this game being played at a completely different pace to the previous, but this game is now shifting into a completely different gear. Fazal for a second there, thought about going for it. Just as well he didn't.
85 points were scored in that previous game, Bridge. 85 points.
And 9,000 of them were scored by the Puneri Paltan.
And over here, 15 minutes into this game, 21 points scored. Just tells you at the pace at which Pune play their game. And that's been the problem for most teams, to play catch up with Pune's style of Kabaddi. The pace at which they play. It's almost a style that they're not used to.
Nabi Baksh being sent in on the previous raid just to mix things up. Can he? He cannot rely on the bonus point in a do-or-die raid. Sushil wasting precious time. That was ridiculous, the amount of time he spent at the midline. Looking back, hoping he had the bonus. This was bound to happen.
You can't take too much time in a do-or-die raid, especially if you take it towards the final 5 seconds. You're asking for trouble. Sushil did. Did he get the bonus though?
I don't think he did.
Thought it was a bonus there.
Nope. He was turning around. Not on the first try, not on the second.
Raider out. Bonus point Bengaluru Bulls.
All right, pardon me, you're right. Fine, the Bengaluru Bulls have a bonus. They do. But the Raider is out.
Now a do-or-die raid on the other side. Lots of empty raids we've seen, and hence the do-or-die raids. Like we mentioned, that was the difference between the previous game and this one. Now 1 on 4. There is no bonus on offer for HS Rakesh. Run Singh and Pratik on one side. Monu and Sushil on the other. Which way is he going? Once again down to the final 5. Every time you're able to take a raider down to the final 5 or 6 seconds, you have the upper hand. Great patience and maturity shown by the defense of the Bulls here.
Has Rakesh hurt himself here though? Just looked a little ginger getting up. He had the right idea, but that follow was really, really quick. His elbow seems a little sore. Concerned looks
Right
on the
shape.
faces of the coaching
1
department.
point, Gujarat Giants. Bengaluru Bulls 55 out of bounds involved in the struggle.
Oh man, not this again.
Substitution, Bengaluru Bulls, please come.
It is just this, like you can see there, Mono going out of bounds.
And then getting into the tackle.
Schoolboy error. These are the moments that's going to cost them big time in a crunch game with the season on the line, qualification on the line.
Rakesh just holding on to his right elbow there. When the Sultan comes in, you really can't expect the Dupki to work for you.
1 point,
Fazal Atrachali at the front, Nabi Baksh at the back. Not letting go of that chain until the very last second.
Ray.
I had a lot of questions as to why Nabi Baksh was in the starting 7. Oh, this is bad. He's in a lot of pain, the Sultan, and he's a really tough customer. And if he's in pain, you can imagine
1 point, Gujarat Giants. Jersey
this
number
is
13
getting
out.
really hard for the Bulls. Hopefully, the Sultan will stay on the mat.
Bengaluru Bulls, please come.
Yeah, they're now trailing by 10.
22 out, 88
Less than 3 to go in the first half.
Ray.
Fazal Atrachali is still on the mat. This is the last man standing. Are we seeing Vikash Kandola and Raid here? It's been a while, Navneet.
Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a long season, and he's had his ups, he's had his downs, and this will be another one. This is tough
1
for the
point,
Bulls,
Bengaluru Bulls.
and it's the
Bengaluru Bulls
Giants
1,
that are
50
dominating
points, Gujarat Giants.
the
Ali,
boys in red.
Bengaluru Bulls.
The second all-out inflicted. You only get one chance to build a dream home. Kabaddi will give you more chances. Just like that, a
Substitution.
12-point
Bengaluru
lead
Bulls, please come.
in the first half for
88,
the Giants.
19 out, 17, 22 in.
He doesn't want any more treatment. Just shows us how desperate he is to get this game over and done with in the bag, get that cue against their name. 12 points separating the two teams. Partik Daya already 7 or 8 points tonight. One of which was a massive, massive 5-pointer.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of those were all-out points.
Yeah, he would have gotten 3 of those in that 7. You can take it fairly easy. Look at these boys. Oh boy. Feels like they've just come for a vacation, Bridge.
You know, I wouldn't blame them if you thought that in their heads, they thought that they were chilling in Goa. I mean, it's the way they're playing. It's flip-flop weather, board shorts, sunglasses.
Get the sleeveless tees on. They're having a jolly good time. Puneri Paltan, right at the top of the points table after that win. They massacred the Tamil Talaivas tonight. Last time, they lost by 3 points, the Talaivas. Tonight, they lost by 27 points.
Imagine for a second, I was the coach of the Puneri Paltan and you were one of the players, and I came to you after, you know, this sort of a season, and I said to you, all right, that's it. It's done. Back to practice. And you'd say, what? No vacation? Really, those boys deserve a long, long vacation. Which is something the Bengaluru Bulls might be staring at if they don't do something really, really quick. That gap is increasing.
Red.
And it's the 4th point for the Sultan. He's just flipped a switch, and he's decided that he's going to be in the party a lot more now. 4 attempts, 4 tackles. He's been rock solid as ever, the Sultan.
Yeah, he's really looked in the zone tonight, hasn't he? Well, Surjit Singh hasn't really done too much, and once again, he does what he's supposed to do. He is the
1
bait.
point, Bengaluru Bulls.
There you go, at the stroke of halftime, the Bengaluru Bulls take Partik Daya off the mat. The difference, 12 between the two teams. The Gujarat Giants have 8 tackle points in the first half, 4 of which belong to the Sultan Fazal Atrachali, and the Bengaluru Bulls have 4. Exactly as many as one defender from the Gujarat Giants does.
This was the dash from Sultan, accompanied by Nabi Baksh. This was the chain from Sultan, accompanied with Nabi Baksh. That's a nice little partnership working for them, the two Iranians on the left side of the mat. Kartik Dahia is doing a few good things himself, very actively involved. 4 super raids in 2 games. This was the back kick on Surjit. And then look at what he does. He muscles past 2 other Bulls defenders in a complete cleanup act. 5 points that were added to the Giants. Is there a scope for a comeback? It has to be something quite miraculous once again from the Bulls.
Will we see Bharat on the mat in the second half? Remains to be seen. The Bengaluru Bulls trail by 12. Some very, very hard work to do on the other side.
आगे तो मारते हैं ना, वहाँ फंस रहे हो। वो कॉर्नर पे ये फंस रहा है, कॉर्नर पे तुम फंस रहे हो। तुझे बोनस मिलेगी। 15 सेकंड में करके आ जा।
कोई आड़ा जाना है, उसको बात को मार देना, हम क्या चला करते हैं।
चलो चलो 12 की लीड है, कुछ है बहुत हमने कवर किए हैं, कुछ नहीं है। हाँ हाँ
मेरा नाम तो मुट्रा मार दे तो बेस गला के उसका है।
तू जा और शुरू में 15 सेकंड में करके आ जा। अगर होता टैकल होता कोई बात नहीं।
अच्छी करिए जा, एक आधी स्लिप मार दे, आपको बांध रहे हैं लाइक की तो पहली
हां स्लिप खाओ
आराम तो मत ले
और सुने, हर बार बोनस करनी है या टच मारना है?
जाने दो बोनस करो।
हाँ नहीं तो 5 खेल लेंगे।
मेरा को सब है फजल का सीधा टच मारता लाग जाएगा, नाम पढ़ रही हूं।
हां
सीधा तो नहीं पढ़ता रहो।
ये आड़े पर मारे आड़ा स्पीड मारे, एक बॉल ना मारे अन्य रेंज में बार बार
You throw an exit, only throw. The ball first stop. You do me not block. You Najib, me with block.
लंबा मत दे, थोड़ा इसको बोलो, थोड़ा शॉर्ट दिखाए।
A mountain to climb for the Bengaluru Bulls here. 2 all-outs in the first half inflicted upon them. That's a bad look on any team. Kartik Dahia, 7 raid points, one of which was a clean-up act, a super raid, plus 2 points for the all-out, a 5-point raid. The Bengaluru Bulls defense, well, yes, 4 tackle points, but is it enough? Let's find out what the coaches want their boys to do.
12 की लीड है, कुछ है बहुत हमने कवर किए हैं, कुछ नहीं है। हाँ हाँ
मेरा नाम तो मुट्रा मार दे तो बेस गला के उसका है।
तू जा और शुरू में 15 सेकंड में करके आ जा। अगर होता टैकल होता कोई बात नहीं।
अच्छी करिए जा, एक आधी स्लिप मार दे, आपको बांध रहे हैं।
It's just a 12-point lead. We've covered far more, is what the coach is telling his boys. Not for nothing are the Bengaluru Bulls known as the comeback boys.
Just about getting ready for the final 20. All to play for. We saw one South Indian team get out of the race for the playoffs earlier today. Can the Bulls turn things around? The Titans are out of the race. The Talaivas are now out of the race. Yumumba are out of the race. The Yodas too. 4 teams bid goodbye to the season. And in the remaining 8 teams, we already have 3 qualifications sealed. We need 3 more. The Giants are looking good to earn a 4th one.
Right, don't count the Bulls out. No, that was close. Very, very close.
1 point.
Wow.
Gujarat Giants.
That could have been a massive moment in this game had Mono managed to just sneak past the midline. Look at that, just look at that. Gets to the wide part of the line, doesn't go past it.
Yeah, that would have been a 19-point trade. The entire team was on Monu at that point. Pratik Daya. This augurs well for the Gujarat Giants. The form that Pratik Daya has shown. Just like that.
Saurabh Nandal too eager. That's only because
22 out.
Pratik Daya tempted him going towards Saurabh Nandal, and that's why he went for the tackle, and in the end using his momentum to leapfrog himself past the midline. It's been in good form, Pratik Daya.
Looks for the bonus, does Akshit, but what the Bengaluru Bulls need to do here is try and keep their raids as short as possible, try and get into the points as soon as possible. That difference is 14 points and there's about 18 to go. It might look like a long time, but come on, it's the Gujarat Giants you're facing.
It's had it tough, hasn't it? Akshit, 0 points from 6 raids. Every time he's trying, but I just don't think he's going deep enough, Ridge. He sort of lingers around the white line and the black line between there, but he doesn't go deep enough. The defenders don't trouble him too often. He goes back empty-handed ever so often. Something's got to change, and the reason why it worked for him earlier on was because he went that 1 step deeper. There was more intent, there was more fire, more intensity. Just gone a little cold after that first game.
Let's see if Sushil does what Akshit hasn't been doing. Let's see if it attempts to do it. Well, he does sort of dangle himself in front of the defense.
Number 9 out.
An error coming in from Deepak Singh there. Trying to tackle him too close to the midline. He's the right cover for the Gujarat Giants. Finally, a point for the Bengaluru Bulls.
They'll play a much slower game now, the Gujarat Giants, and understandably so. Well in control. Ransing won't stay quiet for too long. Oh, how has he gotten past Surjit? I think he's taken a blow to his nose.
Right shape, 2 points.
This was the first time Surjit
Jersey number 6 and
attempted
17 out.
that. Look at that. Surjit comes in and he somehow, it's just strength, it's just all muscle, isn't it?
It's almost like Surjit went through him. Wasn't even visible there.
Right out.
Ah, this is tough. This is really getting tough for the Bengaluru Bulls. They're enjoying themselves, the Giants.
So clearly the Gujarat Giants defense, he does have a bonus here. The Gujarat Giants defense, far more clear in terms of strategy, far better prepared for this game. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say more fired up. It's not like the Bengaluru Bulls have lacked in intent or intensity. It just feels like thus far the Gujarat Giants has been the better team.
Rough super tackle opportunity, but Pratik says, listen, we already have the advantage. I'm going to come back to you another day. Rather quiet one, and so you'll start to see the game slow down, at least from the Giants' perspective. If the Bulls want to make something out of this game, they literally have to dictate the pace at which it's going to be played in the next 15 minutes.
At this point, dear viewer, I must ask you, do you hear the despair in the voice of a fan of the Bengaluru Bulls? I speak of Navneet Krishna here.
Oh boy, another rough super tackle opportunity for the Bulls. Ransing is there, but they have Akshit and Mono. Surprisingly, they haven't made any changes for this super tackle situation. And it's Nitin, the substitute raider, who's happy to go back empty-handed. Now keep your eyes closely on Akshit Ridge. Are they going to play to their defense? They are.
Coming down, he coming below, come down.
They had a couple of games where they enjoyed themselves in super tackle situations, didn't they, the Bulls?
They've been really good in the super tackle situations here. It just looks like Akshit doesn't know what he's going to do with himself. Is he going to chain that chain, pardon me, on the right-hand side? It's that easy for Partik Daya.
Gujarat Giants. Jersey number 13, out.
Ranjit Singh steps out of bounds. And Ranjit Singh has done that consistently all season.
Bengaluru Bulls.
This is really costly.
Once again, he's looking for the bonus. Akshit, he's making an error. This is a do-or-die raid situation.
You see what I'm saying? He's not going for the hand touches. There's no real intent for the hand touches. This is going from bad to worse now. The wheels are coming off for the Bulls. And the unforced errors are on the rise.
I mean, Monu telegraphed that dive about an hour before he actually put it in. Akshit, last man standing. The Bengaluru Bulls staring at another all-out here. The Gujarat Giants leading by 16. Oh, will he get through? Not when the Sultan and Mohammad Nabi Baksh are in a chain. That is yet another all-out. You know, you have one opportunity to build a dream home. The game of Kabaddi gives you many more, just like it is giving the Bengaluru Bulls here.
Substitution, Bengaluru Bulls, please come.
We've already seen one-sided game today. We saw a couple yesterday. And this, unfortunately, from the Bulls' perspective, is going against them. One-sided for sure in favor of the Giants. They're making changes aplenty.
5-second comeback. No last 1 second.
You know, through a large part of the season, Navneet, whether on the mat or from the studios, we've been asking the Sultan when the defender will step up and the captain will step back, and he seems to have heard us.
5 out of 5 for the Sultan. How about that for a conversion rate? And understated, isn't he, Nabi Baksh? I kept questioning why he was there, Bridge. But I think today was a classic indication as to why the Sultan wants Nabi Baksh by his side.
I mean that.
Oh, another error.
Oh,
another unforced error. It's Amit Sheeran, is it?
1 point, Gujarat Giants.
That is just terrible.
Jersey number 4 out of bounds.
That's Babu. That is just schoolboy.
Lots of changes for the Bulls. This is so similar to what we saw from the Tamil Talaivas. Changes are plenty in a must-win game. And I find that quite surprising because you want to field your best 7 for all 40 minutes, regardless of what the scoreline is.
Vikash Kandola. Much sound and fury signifying nothing. This is a 19-point gap.
Huge drop in intensity from the Bulls. The writing in some sense is on the wall. But you don't want to see that.
But again in a must-win game.
Rakshit now, the substitute raider. They have 4 who have come off the bench on the mat. Oh, keep your eyes on the Sultan. When is he going to go? He does go. He does go. 6 in 6 for Fazal Atrachali.
See, the thing is, the Sultan clipped him. Didn't get him cleanly, clipped him, which is why Rakshit was stopped. But I'm saying he could have made it. That was a really brave dive, man. Brave jump.
Like you said, he did the tough part of clipping the raider. The rest his team took care of. A red point against the run of play for the Bengaluru Bulls.
Was it Monu or Sushil who initiated it? It was Monu. 20 points the difference. 10 to go. This is looking very, very grim for the Bengaluru Bulls, and it just gets grimmer. It's the brothers
One
grim.
point, Gujarat Giants.
30 minutes done and dusted. There's only one team that has showed up, and that is the Gujarat Giants. Time for our final Patanjali special Chyawanprash strategic timeout.
क्या फायदा है? हाँ, अपनी साइड करा दी, अभी थर्ड पे खेलेंगे, डुमन डाई पे खेलेंगे। थर्ड पे खेलेंगे और डाई पे खेलेंगे। क्लियर? और एक चीज, विकास करेंगे, हैं? कितने में खेलेंगे? देखो सुनो, ना तो ऑफेंस खेल रहे, ना डिफेंस खेल रहे। अब दो ही बातें होती हैं, ऑफेंस या डिफेंस। तुम्हारा ना तो डिफेंस चल रहा, ना ऑफेंस चल रहा। अरे भाई हमें जरूरत है, अरे तुम यहाँ अवॉइड कर रहे हो, ये कोई बात है?
Back from the Patanjali special Chyawanprash strategic timeout, the last one for the day. The Gujarat Giants leading by 21.
The two big boys will be in action shortly. The raid machine Arjun Deshwal and mighty Maninder. The Panthers will be in the house as they take on the Yodhas, and the Warriors against Mumbai. All of this in the fight for the playoffs tomorrow evening. Right after KBD Live. Road to the playoffs. 26th, the two eliminators. 28th, the two semi-finals. And the big final on the 1st of March. At the moment, it's Puneri Paltan at the top of the league stage, with the Panthers right behind them.
Ray.
The Bengaluru Bulls, their raid department just needs to show a little more courage here.
Look at the tackles. Just the 5 tackle points, 13 for the Giants. 5 tackle points in 30 minutes of action. That isn't going to cut it in a crunch game. They've been rather lackluster. Only 2 points for Mono in defense from the boys that are on the mat. Nobody else has a tackle point to their name. 4 substitutes.
You know, but when they came out, when the game began, it didn't look, I mean, lackluster is not the word you would use. It's just that it just seemed like they were on a slope through the game. They just kept going deeper and deeper into the abyss. Someone stepped out again!
It's Babu. This is just the cardinal sin. Schoolboy errors. Multiple times. They've been gifting points to the Giants by way of stepping out of bounds. Dream 11 game changer contest. I love the intensity from him.
Yeah, that's what we like. Vikas Kandola was very, very unhappy with Babu when he stepped out. But now what is Vikas Kandola doing? He needs to take a risk or two here.
Hey,
First rate.
I mean, they can't spend 15 to 20 seconds in a raid and come back without a point.
And now this, the Giants can do though. Spend 15-20 seconds and come back without a point.
I mean, they can let the clock play out.
Absolutely. 22 points the difference. A rare occasion where Ram Meher Singh will have it quiet. This man though,
He looks close to tears, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on inside him.
He's been with this team from inception, from the very first game to till date. The only coach to be associated with only one team. The only coach to be associated with every single season of PKL. That tells you, oh, that is brilliant. Special moves from Vikas Kandola.
2 points.
Top quality from a seasoned campaigner. And he's got the two Iranians.
He split the both of them. That was fantastic from Vikas Kandola. Why did he not press the trigger earlier? Why wait? When you're capable of this.
So the intent there. It's all about intent. What do you have your eyes on and your mind on? If you play a defensive game very early on, ever so often, you'll find yourself in a situation where the opposition have you by the scruff of the neck.
That was beautiful to see, though, from Vikas Kandola. Now, can he do something special here? Can he do the unthinkable? Can he go deeper in? Throws the kick and he has another point, and suddenly Vikas Kandola is spurring along. But is there enough time?
Yeah, it's a team with a great legacy. They've qualified for the playoffs on the last 3 occasions. They were champions right before that. And is this the first time in many years that the Bulls won't feature in the playoffs? That's not something Coach Randir is used to, Ridge. And they've been below power on many occasions. Babu is having a horrid evening. He's having a horrid evening.
Bonus plus 1 point, Gujarat Giants.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. In a do-or-die situation, you make an error like that. You let Nitin slip out of your grasp when you've stepped out multiple times. He's going to get a earful from his coach, a proper lashing. Vikas Kandola in a 5-man defense. Fazal Atrachal is back on the mat. He stepped out into the lobby before anything. Off you go.
You could see what he said. You could hear the Sultan saying Raider out.
1 point. Raider out of bounds. 1
Because
point.
Vikas Kandola went into the lobby before a touch was made. 22 points the difference. 27 was the margin of victory in the game prior before this. They're having fun. It's been a great season. And if the results have worked out for you, here you go. Runners up in seasons 5 and 6. They made it to the playoffs in season 8. Top quality dupki from Nitin there. Goes under Surjit, who's had an ordinary game for his standards.
He's had an ordinary game against the Dukki today, has Surjit. Remember, there was one earlier, was it Pratik or was it HS Rakesh, who practically went through him. And now it's Nitin. Terrible evening for some really big names from the Bengaluru Bulls.
Rakshit gets Fazal.
Bengaluru Bulls, jersey number 1 out.
We haven't seen Fazal running off to the bench too often. It's been a good night for him. 6 points for the Sultan, but twice in succession he's made to visit the bench.
All right, at this point it is looking like, I mean, it should be the finally.
Careful, Babu. He might just get a green card for dangerous play there. Almost clothesline Nitin to take him down.
Nitin sat down. That was smart. Babu was
Rider
quick.
out of bounds, one defender out of bounds. 1 point
Hold on.
each. Jersey number 17 out of bounds.
That's a point each. The Gujarat Giants, it does look like, will become the 4th team to qualify for the playoffs at this point.
1
Rakshit
point.
finding some momentum here.
5 out.
He's taken the second point of the evening.
Ray.
But yeah, we've seen two teams just far better than their oppositions. Punari Paltan and now Gujarat Giants. It looks like orange is the flavor of the evening, Bridge.
There you go. Confirmation. See that Q against the Gujarat Giants name? If they win this game. If they win this game.
Double the score. So similar this to what we saw in the previous game. Just 2.5 minutes left now. Look at the Sultan. Look at the Sultan. But Deepak said, listen, Sultan, take it easy. In fact, Balaji
Gujarat Giants.
says, I'll take Rakshit down myself.
Well, a boost of confidence for the Gujarat Giants and the Puneri Paltan, as if they needed it, ahead of... So the Gujarat Giants will be featuring in the eliminators on the 26th. Is that a Super 8 there? Is that a Super 8?
Please.
2 minutes to go.
Yep.
This is just a horrific evening.
Gujarat Giants.
If you're a Bulls fan, quite the opposite if you're a Giants fan. And a Super 8 from Nitin.
Substitution.
Monu,
Gujarat Giants, please come.
Babu
5 out, 21 in.
and Amit Sheeran.
They didn't even... Any relation to Ed Sheeran there? All right, they didn't even need to bring Sonu Jaglan in.
I'll give him the bonus. I'll be more than happy to.
Bonus point, Bengaluru Bulls.
Another all out on the cards.
Yeah, he's got them both on one side of the mat, so should be relatively easier for them. Muscles his way through Surjit.
Right shape.
The Bengaluru Bulls
Gujarat Giants.
staring at yet another all out. A minute and a half to go.
Ray.
What a time to be peaking. The Giants have just started to really get into the zone. Looking much more comfortable in raid and in defense. That will be
Raider out.
the
Bonus
fourth
point,
all out.
Bengaluru Bulls.
The fourth all out of the game inflicted on the Bulls. You only get one chance to build a dream home. Kabaddi will give you more chances. And just like that, the Giants get to 50 points.
Look, the Gujarat Giants, undoubtedly have been really, really good. This is tomorrow. The Bengal Warriors, huge game for them. They're technically still alive. You Mumbai have crashed out. They can play for pride and spoil the Bengal Warriors party at home. I'm not understanding whether this is sheer brilliance from the Gujarat Giants or just terrible from the Bengaluru Bulls.
Yeah, they've been very ordinary. I'll be honest with you, I think they've been very below par, the Bengaluru Bulls. They've leaked far too many points by way of just going out of bounds, gifting points to the opposition. They've been really mediocre in defense, not too bad in raid.
Jersey number 9 out.
Yeah, it's a bit of both.
Ray.
These guys have been at the top of their game. The Bulls at the bottom of it. Maybe time for just about 2 raids in this game. This is a really tough pill to swallow if you're a Bulls fan. Yeah, exactly the same score that we saw in the previous game as well, 25-50 at one stage.
Yeah, and then we saw a 26-52 score. Eventually, the Puneri Paltan won by 27.
This should be the final raid of the match. Rakshit. Oh! What strength! That is one way to end the game. Coach Randi is not going to be too impressed even by that effort.
2 points. Bengaluru Bulls.
Once again, the Sultan walks off with Manoj. A 2-pointer to end it for the Bulls. But
3 points, please go ahead.
in fact, they're asking for 3. They have a review. Might as well take it.
Let us say 3 points. Our decision only 2 points. Please review.
No, is it 2 or 3? Well, what a night it's been for the Giants, regardless of which way this review goes. So the Sultan is 1. I think Manoj makes contact at some point. Did Nabi Baksh get something? Or was it the Sultan that made contact with Nabi Baksh? Look at that from Rakshit. Oh, or is it the Sultan that propelled him towards the Bulls half?
Yes. Confirm jersey number. Okay. Review successful. 3 points. Bengaluru Bulls. Captain, you're written.
A super raid from Rakshit as we end a comprehensive performance
Match
by
over.
the Giants. They secure a 22-point win over the Bulls, and the Gujarat Giants become the 4th team to qualify for the playoffs. Fazal with 6, Balaji with 4, Deepak Singh with 3, 15 tackle points, and a 13-point outing for Partik Dahiya in raid. They've made the Bulls look rather ordinary. Right from the very beginning, it was the Giants that set the tone, and the Bulls were made to play catch up. Congratulations to the Gujarat Giants. Ramesh boys in orange and white will be in the playoffs. They join Dabang Delhi KC, Jaipur Pink Panthers and Puneri Paltan. We only have 2 spots remaining. Who's it going to be? Four times they inflicted the all-out on the Bulls, completely annihilating the boys in red. There you go. We hand out a 4th cue card. The Pirates and the Steelers will be desperate for 1-2. The Bulls can now go to a maximum of 58, which means they bow out of the race as well. The Talaivas, Mumba and the Bengaluru Bulls are now out of the race for the playoffs. Very, very tough outing for the 2 teams from South India today. And here's what we have for the teams that end up in the top 6. 3 or number 6, the first eliminator. 4 or 5, the second eliminator. And then the 2 winners will take on the top of the table and the second on the table on the 28th, and the grand finale on the 1st of March. The Yodas will be back on the mat tomorrow as they take on the Jaipur Pink Panthers, who can once again go past the Puneri Paltans to go on to the top of the table, and the Warriors against Mumba right after. Stay tuned, come back. Presentation of both games.